Okay, so this is my summer school CPR video, and I am using the Red Cross as a source for my video, and I'm going over what would be used with a AED machine. Now, the AED machine is not supposed to be used with anyone that's 8 years or younger, or anyone who's 55 pounds or younger, because that can harm them. So I'm going to be using this right here. I know it's really weird, but I'm going to be using this as the AED machine. The machine is the glass, and I'll be using these as the pads. I'll just place about 2 of them on each side out. So what I'm going to do is, with step 1, you have to turn on the AED and visual and follow the audio prompts, meaning that it just tells you what to do, and it'll tell you when to shock or at what times. So first I'll be turning this on. Second is I will have to open the person's shirt so you can put the pads on, because it won't be able to conduct through the shirt and it's not safe for them. And if they have any like medical patches or anything on around that, I have to remove those too, so I will be able to get their skin. Third is I attach them, of course. My fourth step is to make sure no one, including me, the person putting the pads on, is touching the person when I am about to do the shock, because that can electrocute them and even put them in cardiac arrest as well, which would just be a full scenario you're not trying to go through. So you tell everyone to stand clear, and you stand clear yourself. Next, you push the analyze button, if necessary, to try to find a heart rate and on the AED machine. Now, step 6, if the AED recommends that you deliver a shock to the person, make sure no one, I'm stressing this enough, can't stress this enough, is touching the person. So everybody has to be far away from the person, or just a good distance away from the person, so they cannot be shocked, because that will be extremely dangerous if they are. Next is, once everyone's clear, you can go on the machine and press the shock button, and that will deliver the shock. After you do that, you monitor their breathing, try to decide if they are conscious again, and if that worked or not. Once you are through with the shock, you do around 5 cycles of a CPR method. And I'm going to give an example of how you do that. I'll move these back, but with this AED machine, you put pads on their chest. You make sure everyone is fully clear away. I would be far off to the side of the camera. I would press the button right here to shock them and check to see if they are okay. So next, I have to check their vitals to see if anything has changed. So after I deliver a shock, I go around 2 minutes or 5 cycles of CPR, and if that doesn't work, then you repeat or wait until the medics, medical emergency services, come over, and then they can let them do the job. Because if there's anything that the medical services come in, then you need to get out of the way and let them do their job, because they're trained, highly professional, and much more than what any of us will ever know or ever be taught. So in the 2 minutes of it, you are going to the beat of the Stayin' Alive song. That's what I always try to remember. And you do that about 30 chest compressions at a rate of 100 beats per minute. And what you do is you put your dominant hand on the bottom flat, and you put your other hand on top. So I'm putting my left hand on top, and you interlock the fingers, and then so you don't break any ribs or just try to do that. So it's just the heart you're pushing down. So when you're doing it, you're doing the beat to stay alive. Do that 20 times. Check for vitals. You can go over after that. You do lift their head up so their mouth is open, and then you deliver oxygen to them so they can stay alive pretty much, so their brain has oxygen so they can get their heart rate going again. So then after you give them that, you push down, continue to do that, so the beat is staying alive at 100 beats a second, 100 beats a minute. And after you are done with that, if they still are not responding, you go back to the AED pad and continue the whole process until emergency services arrive, so you can help the person recover. Now you have to make sure everyone is clear, though, when you're doing this. You have to check the scenario around you before anything happens. Try to figure out if there's anything that caused them, dangerous to the environment around us, that caused them to be unconscious or go into cardiac arrest. And you just have to know your surroundings at all times. It's one of the most crucial things. Okay, now thank you for watching my summer school video.